Physics is about predictability. It's about understanding the rules that govern the universe. Gravity holds our atmosphere to the Earth, creating the pressure we breathe, while the vacuum of space sits just above us. Simple.
Actually, Mrs. Global, that's not simple at all. That's physically impossible.
The atmosphere is held by mass. It's dense at the bottom and thin at the top.
I understand the claim, but let's look at the mechanics. If you have a high pressure system next to a low pressure system, what happens? They equalise. That's the second law of thermodynamics, remember? It's what air does. It expands into the void until the pressure is equal.
That applies to closed systems, Natalie. The atmosphere is held by gravity. Gravity is a constant downwards force that overcomes the expansion.
But if gravity is a force, an invisible pull, then where is the physical partition? Where is the container? Because if gravity is only pulling on the mass of the gas, then the gas at the top of the atmosphere is under almost zero pressure. If it's under zero pressure and there's a vacuum directly above it, why doesn't that gas just bleed off into the void? What prevents the transition from high pressure to zero pressure from equalising? That's my question.
It's a gradient. It doesn't taper off. It just doesn't stop.
A gradient is just a description of the result, not the cause. You're telling me that a vacuum, which is by definition the absence of matter, has the power to sit right next to a high pressure atmosphere without them mixing? That's not physics, Mrs. Globel. That's magic.
The weight of the air column creates the pressure. It's circular because that's how nature functions. The mass of air under the influence of gravity creates the gradient.
Unless you can show me the physical lid holding the air in, you're just asserting that a vacuum doesn't act like a vacuum because you want it to.
I have other classes to attend, and quite frankly, this is settled science. We do not need to prove the container if the maths works.
But if the math requires you to ignore the most basic property of gases just to keep the globe model standing, then the math isn't describing the universe, is it? It's just protecting a belief system. Maybe next class we can discuss why you need a mathematical constant to explain why air does not behave like air. See you later.